have a chance. Richarlison. Cuts it back. Oh, what a goal! First up! It's just the 5th minute.
Still Lewandowski. Still Doski. Finds Dembele, and Dembele scores an equaliser. What a pass from Lewandowski. He has been the best player. He has actually got 2 assists. One of Gavi's goal and now Dembele's goal.
And City wins! City won the match. Manchester City won the match.
Hello everybody, this is Brisbane05 Blast here and welcome back to another video of this channel. In today's match, we're actually going to be doing the prediction of the FA Cup final as Manchester City take on Chelsea, in which the match will be taking place at Wembley Stadium. So both these sides are completely different in terms of where they finish. So City are actually currently fighting for the Premier League title with Arsenal. Of course, they're in the title race, whereas Chelsea are nowhere close. They're actually in 8th place, by the way. They're out of the Champions League, they're out of the Carabao Cup, but the only competition they're alive on is FA Cup. They have actually reached it this far, surprisingly. Of course, City managing to beat Southampton earlier in the semi-finals, despite conceding first, but then scoring 2 late goals, and then Chelsea managing to score 1 goal against Leeds United. So that's the reason why they're actually in this position, to actually clinch either second or first. So City are in the position to clinch their second trophy this season, whereas Chelsea are going to get their first trophy for the season. Of course, the last time Chelsea have won a significant trophy was the Conference League. And I'm not sure about the FIFA Club World Cup. I'm not sure if it actually counts as a significant trophy, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, both these sides are looking to add a silverware for their season. Chelsea desperately need it because right now their Premier League season has been awful. So they need a silverware to, kind of save the season, at least get a European ticket, like United did in the 23-24 season. Their Premier League season was awful, but FA Cup kind of, saved their season. So that's why they're in Europe. They were in Europe in the 24-25 season. Chelsea are trying to do the same thing. Try to win a European, try to win win the FA Cup to get a ticket to Europe. But we're going to see how it goes. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's head to Wembley Stadium to see City and Chelsea battle out for the FA Cup trophy.
Alright guys, we're here at the final arena, which is the Wembley Stadium, where we see Chelsea take on Manchester City in what will be a proper English FA Cup final. So as you can see right here, both these sides have been differentiated in terms of their performances for this campaign. We're going to start with Chelsea's performance. We're going to start with Chelsea here. They had an unforgettable performance in the 25-26 campaign. Of course, being out of the title race, then being knocked out of Champions League and the Carabao Cup, in which they actually did well. They reached the semi-finals only to lose to Arsenal. But FA Cup is the only competition they're actually alive in, so hopefully they need to win this game to save their season, especially if they can get a ticket to Europe. Now, before I get to City's performance, we're going to take a look at Chelsea's starting lineup. So as you can see, they're going with a 4-2-3-1 formation. Enzo Maresca is, of course, the manager, and here are the subs for Chelsea. So as you can see, Robert Sanchez is the man in goal, James, Chalobah, Colwill, Cucurella are your defenders, Caicedo, Fernandes are your midfielders, Gittins, Palmer, Neto are your forwarding midfielders, and João Pedro is the attacker. So yeah, City have actually won the Carabao Cup this season. They actually defeated Arsenal to win their first silverware for the season. So they're going for their second, which is the FA Cup. And as you can see, they're going with a 4-3-3. Edison is, of course, the man in goal. But first, let's take a look at the coach. Guardiola is the manager. Subs for City. Edison's the man in goal. Nunes, Diaz, Guardiola, Aït-Nouri are your defenders. Rodri, Reinders and Foden are your midfielders. And Cherki, Haaland, Marmoush are your forwards. So yeah. City and Chelsea are coming. City take on Chelsea is going to be an absolute banger here. And it's also coming right up. Who is going to win the FA Cup? Will it be the Blues or the Citizens? Alright, looks like Chelsea will be the one to do the kickoff. And they, of course, go for the punt. which is pretty strange, by the way. So yeah, let's not talk about that. But yeah, looks like it's going to be a throw-in here for Manchester City since Chelsea did that unusual punt. And it's going to be Omar Marmoush to take it. He actually throws it to Guardiola. Now City really need to stay focused if they can go for a domestic treble. Right now they're actually alive in the Premier League, but are knocked out of the Champions League, by the way, so they can't go for the quadruple. So they're alive to go for a domestic treble. And as you can see, Turkey has it. He finds Erling Haaland. Haaland shoots. But what a saviour from Robert Sanchez. But yeah, Enzo Maresca is the manager, but I'm pretty sure he won't be the manager in the next FC since he did get sacked. It'll either be Callum McFarlane or another Chelsea manager. We don't know. But looks like it's going to be a corner kick for City. It's a complete header there, but Chelsea managed to take this one off. Guardiola does get the ball. He finds Rodri. Rodri to Cherki. Cherki to Guardiola. Guardiola to Reinders. Still Reinders. Still Reinders. Reinders to Haaland. Haaland to Foden. Foden shoots. And he scores an absolute beauty of a shot. Gives City the lead in what was an absolute perfect golazo here from Foden. It was not a banger, but it was a golazo. And the fans from Manchester City are happy about this because that has given them the lead in a pivotal FA Cup final. What a pass from Haaland. And what a finish here from Foden. That was beauty. Struck at the top corner there, by the way. Robert Sanchez could not even say, what is he doing? Nowhere close to actually saving this. And Foden's goal does separate the side, giving Citizens a huge lead over the Blues. But yeah, looks like Chelsea, they need to fight back here if they can really aim for the title. The FA Cup title, by the way. Now here's João Pedro. João Pedro to Fernandes. Fernandes to Palmer. Palmer with it. The former City player has the ball. He shoots, but what a save from Edison. He's also the player to watch, by the way, because he's been in magnificent form. He has really been in magnificent form. I mean, mostly because of his 2024 performance. Second half of the 23-24 season and the first half of the 24-25 season. So yeah, basically the entire 2024 he has been scoring goals for fun. But looks like Chelsea have a corner kick. Palmer goes long. However, it's going to be a penalty here for Chelsea because it was an unfortunate handball here by Omar Marmoush, by the way. He actually had a handball incident that he really wanted to forget. It was a wonderful cross here for Palmer, but it actually hit the shoulder, I think, of Marmoush. For some reason, it should not have been a penalty if it hits the shoulder. But I digress from this point. And who is going to be taking the penalty? It's none other than Cole Palmer. Can he equalize the game or will Edison make the save? And looks like Cole Palmer just went Panenka as he equalizes the game for Chelsea. Gotta take a look at the replay. It was a straight down the middle penalty here from Cole Palmer. Edison getting Panenka is something very different here. But anyway, Chelsea does have a huge equalizing goal, thanks to, of course, Cole Palmer. And now the game is back to a level pegging situation. Alright. Ait Nouri with it. Now to Guardiola. Guardiola to Ruben Diaz. Diaz to Guardiola. Guardiola to Ait Nouri. Now City really need to have this momentum. Reinders with it. Still Reinders. Reinders makes a wonderful pass to Haaland. And Haaland's shot just gets saved by Robert Sanchez, by the way. You thought it was actually a miss from Haaland. You got to take a look at that save, by the way. It was a powerful shot. Robert Sanchez did have a fingertip on the ball, which kept it out for a corner kick. Doesn't want Haaland to actually score this one. But it is going to be a corner kick here for City. He goes long. But Chelsea managed to get this one. Rodri does take it. But an interception here from Cole Palmer diffuses the danger here. Now here's Gittins. Gittins to Cucurella. Still Cucurella. Cucurella with it. Cucurella to Palmer. Palmer tries to find João Pedro, but what a block here from City. Now here's Ryan Cherky, the showboating French wizard. And it's going to be actually a free kick for Chelsea, is it? It is a free kick for Chelsea. I think it was a tackle, but Ryan Cherky's hand might have actually touched the ball, so maybe that's the reason why. But anyway, here it's a free kick for Chelsea. It is a controversial one, by the way, because that could have been a free kick for City because Cherky got tackled. But anyway, looks like Chelsea has the possession. Here's Cole Palmer. Palmer makes a wonderful pass, but City managed to defuse the danger. Here's Cole Palmer. Palmer to Jamie Byro Gittins. Still Gittins. Gittins to Palmer. Palmer makes a wonderful... Oh! That was pretty close for an own goal, by the way. That was so close for an own goal. But for some reason, he managed to keep it out. Anyway, it's going to be a corner kick here for Chelsea. Palmer goes long. And that was a good effort here from Reece James. The header could not be the target, sadly. Chelsea have been actually fighting back. Given the fact that City have been dominating in terms of possession, Chelsea have been fighting. Left, right and centre. But they just could not attack properly. It's going to be a goal kick here for City. Here's Phil Foden. Still Foden. Foden to Matheus Nunes. City on the attack. Nunes to Foden. Foden to Cherky. Cherky manages to dribble past one of the defenders there. And he almost had the chance to give City the lead. But what a save from Sanchez. However, City have the possession. But what a save. What an interception here from one of the Chelsea players. I'm sorry that I actually had a cough here. But anyway, here's João Pedro. Still Pedro. Pedro to Reece James. Or Neto. Or is it Reece James? I don't know. The pass was just pretty blick, so I can't even know who actually received it. Anyway, here's Omar Marmoush. Marmoush to Reinders. Reinders to Marmoush. Reece James almost tackled him there. But Marmoush manages to pass it back. Now here's Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri makes a pass to Marmoush. Haaland is in the open. But he instead thinks of actually passing it to someone. Here's Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri to Marmoush. Still Marmoush. But Marmoush's pass gets intercepted. Here's Rodri. We're already in the 40th minute, by the way, so it's going to be very crazy to see who actually gets the blow at the end of the first half. Will it be Chelsea or City? Now here's Pedro Neto. Neto to Palmer. Palmer makes a wonderful cross, but City again gets this one away. Here's Chalobah. Chalobah to James. James to Neto. Neto to James. James again to Neto. But pass getting intercepted again. 3 minutes of added time, by the way. Can City get the lead? Here's Foden. Foden makes a pass to Haaland. But Chelsea managed to get this one away. Now here's Neto. Few seconds left before halftime whistle blows. And the halftime whistle has already blown, with both these sides still locked 1-1 with the scoreline, of course. Thanks to, of course, Cole Palmer scoring the equalising goal, despite Foden scoring an absolute beauty of a shot to give the citizens the lead. But halftime, it is City 1, Chelsea 1. Alright guys, let's take a look at the recap highlights for the first half. Or the match recap for the first half, if I'm talking literally no sense here. But yeah, looks like Chelsea, they had the kickoff here. But it was actually a perfect start here for City. Haaland actually made an effort here, but Robert Sanchez made a beautiful save. But it didn't matter because Haaland made a wonderful pass. He actually got a goal assist for that. And Foden struck that one beautifully, giving the citizens the lead. And Maresca was kind of fuming because of that. And then Chelsea had the opportunity to take the lead. It was actually a wonderful effort here from Cole Palmer. But what a save from Edison. But then Palmer actually scored the equalizing goal thanks to a penalty goal. Palmer went Panenka, by the way. Edison got fooled. And then City kept on attacking. They didn't give up. They didn't sit back. They kept on attacking. But Haaland's effort just hits Robert Sanchez on the glove, which went out for a corner. And then Chelsea had the opportunity. Reece James tried to be the unlikely goal scorer by heading it to goal, but instead his effort just blasted off wide. Chelsea were this close to take the lead, but just a bit of unfortunate efforts here. But let's take a look at the match facts. Of course, both these sides have more chances. And as usual, City had more possession. Chelsea 5 shots, 3 shots on target to City's 5 shots, 4 shots on target. So yeah, who's going to prevail in the second half? Will it be the Citizens or the Blues? We're going to see and find out. Anyway, guys, second half will be coming up shortly, right after the break. Alright, guys, looks like the second half has already been commenced. Haaland's going to be the one to take the kickoff. And of course, City are going to be thinking brainly, not going for the kickoff, the punt, crazy punt, like what Chelsea did in the first half. But can City take the lead? It was a wonderful pass, by the way. Free kick for City. Like, advantage for City, by the way, not free kick. But Chelsea still get the ball. Haaland, for some reason, thought he got the ball. However, it's going to be a yellow card for Moises Caicedo for tackling, I don't know who the player was. He actually tackled one of the player with a pink foot here, with the pink shoes. So I don't know who is it. Either Reinders, I think, or Mamouche, I don't know. But anyway, Chelsea does have the ball. Here's João Pedro. João Pedro to Fernandes. Fernandes tries to make a pass, but City get this one away. Here's Foden. Foden to Cherki. Cherki to Nunes. Still Nunes. Nunes to Cherki. Cherki to Foden. Still Foden. Foden to Reinders. Then Reinders to Cherki. And now here's Haaland. Haaland to Foden. Still Foden. Nunes with it. It was a wonderful block here from Cucurella. And it's going to be a corner kick here for City. And Foden's going to be the one to take it. Foden goes long, but Reece James gets the better of the header. But it's still with City here. Diaz with it. Diaz finds... Who was it? Was that Reinders? It was Reinders who actually went for a shot. But what a save here from Sanchez. And it's going to be a substitution here for City. Foden comes on. Comes off for Gundogan. Surprisingly, Gundogan's actually playing in Turkey. But for some reason, he's actually playing for City in this game. Could have been Bernardo Silva, but anyway. Now here's Omar Mamouche. He makes a bad cross. And Sanchez makes an easy save. Now here's Jamie Bardo Gittins. Gundogan tried to go for a tackle, but Gittins avoided it. And it's still with Gittins. Gittins finds Fernandes. Fernandes to Palmer. Still Palmer. Palmer to Gittins. Gittins to Palmer. Still Palmer. Palmer to Fernandes. Fernandes to Cucurella. But what a tackle here from Ruben Diaz. Half an hour left to go. Can one of these sides break the deadlock? Still Haaland here. Haaland's with the ball. He finds Cherki. But what a tackle here from Cucurella. Cucurella to Chalobah. Chalobah's effort gets blocked, but it was actually a free kick for Chelsea because it hit the hand of the Citizen. But anyway, it's going to be a substitution here for both these sides. João Pedro comes off for Nicholas Jackson. And Cherki comes off for Savinho. Sorry guys, my throat is taking a bit of a toll, but I'll see what I can do here. Anyway, here's Gittins. Gittins to Palmer. Palmer to Jackson. Nicholas Jackson. Jackson to Palmer. Palmer to Gittins. Gittins to Fernandes. Fernandes to Cucurella. Cucurella with an acrobatic cross. Oh, the wonderful cross. But City just manages to avoid that. As Edison boot this one off. Now here's Chalobah. Chalobah to Caicedo. Still Caicedo. Caicedo does a pass to Jackson, but City intercept this one. And now Haaland makes a wonderful through ball pass here to Savinho. He's through. But what a tackle here from Chalobah. Here's Pedro Neto. He finds Reece James. It's going to be a throw in here for City. Or Chelsea, sorry. Anyway, here's a substitution here for City, by the way. Reinders comes off for Bernardo Silva. I repeat, Tijani Reinders comes off for Bernardo Silva. Now here's Haaland. Haaland to Gundogan. Still Gundogan. What a tackle here from Chelsea. I'm pretty sure that was Fernandes. Now here's Nicholas Jackson, but again, pretty wasteful here from both these sides. But as you can see, City had more passes than Chelsea. So they've been more patient. More passive and patient here than Chelsea. Chelsea are basically ruthless in terms of their attacking play. Now here's Haaland. Haaland to Silva. Silva to Rodri. Rodri to Diaz. Then to Rodri. Rodri to Gundogan. It hit the Chelsea player. And that has actually avoided City from actually going further. And now Chelsea have the possession. Here's Palmer. He's through. He's still through. He's in the box. But what a block here from one of the City players. As it's going to be a corner kick here for Chelsea. Substitution here for Chelsea again. Estevao comes on for Pedro Neto. Will he be the difference maker? Looks like Cole Palmer is actually going to be going short. He finds Fernandes. Fernandes goes long. What a header here from Estevao. No, it's not Estevao. It's Levi Colwill. I thought it was Estevao for a second. But yeah, Levi Colwill tried to go for a header. But just above the keeper there. It's going to be a goal kick here for City. Edison's going to be the one to boot this one. Both these sides are still in a stalemate position. So they need a moment of brilliance to actually differentiate the scoreline. Is it going to be Chelsea though? No, it isn't, because City managed to get this one away. Now here's Haaland. Haaland to Rodri. Rodri to Marmoush. But somehow City managed to keep the ball. Here's Rodri. Rodri to Gundogan. Gundogan to Haaland. Haaland to Gundogan. Gundogan to Haaland. Haaland shoots. What a save here from Sanchez. A much needed save, by the way. And it's going to be a substitution here for Chelsea. Reece James comes off for Malo Gusto. So he's actually going to be taking the captain's armband for some reason, which is kind of odd. It could have been Palmer to take the armband. But anyway, City goes long. And that was a wonderful effort from the number 3, Ruben Diaz. But his header just goes off target. And Liam Delap is actually being instructed by Maresca. Like, just in case he does get subbed on. But it's going to be a goal kick here for Chelsea. I don't think there's going to be any goal scored in the second half. But 4 minutes of added time has been given. So there would be plenty of action left. Fernandes with it. Fernandes to Cucurella. Cucurella to Gittins. Gittins have the opportunity to score the goal for Chelsea. Oh my goodness. But City somehow managed to get this one away. But it's anyway offside. Offside or free kick? And I think it is probably either way. But anyway, City does manage to get this one away. Do they have their last attack, or will extra time be the difference? However, City does win a free kick because Gundogan got tackled badly, and it was Enzo Fernandez to be the instigator, as he gets the yellow card for that brutal tackle on Gundogan. So City might have their last attack of the game. thanks to a bad effort here, bad tackle here from Enzo Fernandez. And Pep Guardiola's fuming with Maresca, by the way. But Ruben Diaz goes long. He finds Haaland. Haaland to Gundogan. I don't think there will be a chance for an attack. It is going to be sent to extra time. Extra time will differentiate. Extra time will probably differentiate, and we'll see who will grab the cup. But anyway, at the end of 90 minutes, both these sides are still in a stalemate position. We're just going to see who's going to win the game. But let's take a look at the highlights. There weren't plenty of chances. Only 4 chances actually. Robert Sanchez made that save from a very good effort here from Reinders, if I'm correct. But what a save here from Sanchez. That was a beautiful save. Pretty good save. Sanchez would be happy about this one because that could have got in. And then Levi Colwill had the opportunity to give Chelsea the lead in the dying embers. It was a cross from Enzo Fernandez. But then Levi Colwill's header just goes off target. And then Robert Sanchez made the save in the 89th minute. Of course, it was a wonderful effort here from Haaland. Thought he scored the winning goal. But Sanchez made an amazing save. What a beautiful save, by the way. And then the 89th minute from Ruben Diaz. It was a cross, by the way. Ruben Diaz's effort just goes off target. He would be fuming because that could have been his moment there. That really could have been his moment. And then Enzo Fernandez, he gets tackled, but he tackles Ilkay Gundogan without the ball, and he gets a booking. That was literally the only foul of the game, by the way. But yeah, 2 yellow cards here for Chelsea. Chelsea are really lacking discipline, so they need to work on that if they can, survive the pressure from City. But yeah, those were the highlights from the second half. But yeah, match facts here. City have more chances than Chelsea. 8 shots, 6 shots at target to City's. City 8 shots, 6 shots at target. To Chelsea 7 shots, 3 shots at target. So yeah, this is going to be very insane. But looks like extra time will differentiate. Will probably determine to see who will grab the FA Cup trophy. Looks like Chelsea will be the one to take it. And as usual, they go for the punt. This is classic haram ball, I would say, from Chelsea. They always go for the punt, hoping that City make an error in literally their half, so that Chelsea can try to, capitalize on it. But that's not going to work. Haram ball do not work on City. Anyway, here's Gundogan with it. Gundogan to Silva. Silva to Savinho. Still Savinho, but what a tackle here from Santos. Andre Santos, by the way. He's actually come on from one of the players, I think. Either Caicedo or Enzo, I don't know. But looks like City have the opportunity, but what a save here from Sanchez. What a beautiful save again. But looks like Estevao gets it. As you can see, City had more shots on target than Chelsea. They've been more ruthless than Chelsea, so they really deserve to win this this trophy, this cup final. And they've been defending so well. Bernardo Silva makes a pass to Rodri. Still Rodri. Still Rodri. Rodri to Doku. Jeremy Doku with a wonderful pass to Ait Nouri. Ait Nouri finds Doku. Doku to Ait Nouri. Ait Nouri to Silva. Silva to Ait Nouri. Ait Nouri tries to skill the Chelsea player. Here's Estevao. Estevao with it. Estevao to Caicedo. Still Caicedo. Caicedo with a wonderful pass to Gusto. Gusto to Estevao. Estevao to Palmer. Palmer to Jackson. Jackson tries to shoot. Chelsea does get the ball. Andre Santos with it. Here's Jamie Barrow Gittins. But what an intercepting play here from City. Jeremy Doku makes a wonderful pass to Savinho. Savinho's through. Still Savinho. Savinho shoots. He tries to shoot, but Sanchez makes a save. And that's the first period of extra time being done. Nothing to be separated after 15 minutes. I have a feeling penalties will decide. But I think City had more chances in this game, in this half, than Chelsea. But still nothing to be separated after the first period of extra time. Highlights. Let's go to highlights here. There are no significant highlights. Match facts, of course, City had more chances. They only had their one shot, which was that shot from, I think, Savinho, or I don't know. But either way, 9 shots, 7 shots a target here for City. Chelsea, of course, had 7 shots, 3 shots a target. Nothing much to say here. But yeah, who will prevail in the second period of extra time? And looks like City will be having a substitution here. It's Nkunku coming on for Cole Palmer. And it is Ake coming on for Aitnouri. So looks like both these sides have made substitution. Primarily City, of course. They've already subbed off their left back. And City had the opportunity to shoot from there. But what a saviour from Sanchez. That was Doku, by the way. Here's Gittins. He fights Cucurella. Cucurella makes a wonderful pass here. Gundogan does get the ball. It's a bit of a weird thing, by the way, because both these sides, they've had chances, primarily City, but they're just unlucky with their chances. However, Chelsea had the opportunity there. They could actually have a daylight robbery moment. But what a tackle here from City. Again, my condition's not that good, but still, I can try to do it. Anyway, here's City with it. Savinho tries to have it. Oh my goodness. This is literally just chaos. Nothing but chaos. I have no words to say here. I can't even say properly, because either when the players are trying to pass, it's fully chaos. And now Chelsea have the opportunity to win the game. What a saviour from Edison. But it is going to be a booking here for Chelsea. Andre Santos is going to be the one to get the yellow card. He actually tackled. I really don't know who he tackled, because I'm literally I'm basically in two minds. I've been focusing on the game, that who actually, tackled player, who tackled whom. But looks like Chelsea have a corner kick. Estevao, I think, goes for a cross. And that was an effort here again from Levi Colville. But again, the header could not meet the player there. Just could not meet the target. And I'm sorry, man. I'm basically out of words again. But looks like it's going to be a goal kick here for City. It is very crazy. It is chaos. I would have been actually excited about this. I would have been full of excitement, but I really don't have the energy to do it, given the fact I'm in this situation. But anyway, nothing to be separated right now. It's going to be penalty shootout to decide who will win and prevail. Alright, looks like the players are right circling the manager here. Both the players, by the way. But yeah, after extra time, still in a 0-0, in a stalemate position. Penalties will be the only decision here to see who will win. And looks like Chelsea will go first. And Nkunku's the player to take the penalty. Will he slot this one in, or will Edison make a save? And Edison has already made the save of the game. And now Marmoush is going to be the one to take it. Is he going to go left or right? He goes right, but Robert Sanchez makes a save. Both the penalties have been saved by the keepers. Estevao is going to be the one to take the second penalty. He makes it in, and Chelsea takes the lead for now. And now İlkay Gundogan is going to be the one to take the second penalty for City. But he misses it. And Chelsea have a mighty advantage. Nicholas Jackson is going to be the one to take the third one. Is he going to slot this one in? And who else? His nickname is Missleless Jackson, of course, so he misses it. And now Edison, for some reason, is going to be taking the third penalty. And he strikes a Panenka on Chelsea. So it's now tied. Cucurella is going to be the one to take the fourth penalty. He goes right and slots this one home. Chelsea have the lead. Bernardo Silva is going to be the one to take it in what would be his final season here. Will he strike it? Of course he does. Moises Caicedo the one to take the last penalty for Chelsea. If Chelsea misses, which they do. Edison makes a save. And who is going to be the one to take the last penalty? It's Matheus Nunes. Will he get City an FA Cup? No, he doesn't, because Nunes misses it. And now we're in sudden death. Andre Santos is going to be the one to take it. Edison makes a save. And now I think the sixth penalty will be in the hands of Rodri. Will he give Manchester City the FA Cup title? Or will Sanchez make the save? He does. Rodri strikes it home. And he wins the game for Manchester City. What a performance here from City. Both these sides have been poor in their attack, but they somehow managed to prevail through in penalty shootout, beating Chelsea 3-2 in the shootout, of course. But you got to take a look at that finish here from Rodri. He just struck that one in. I mean, you got to think that the Ballon d'Or winner would really save the game here for City. It had to be the Ballon d'Or winner to give City their second trophy for the season. And of course the fans are cheering, Champions, Champions, ole, ole, ole. And of course Haaland actually came off, which is a surprise thing. But it doesn't matter, because City, they had more players. They had more talented players than Chelsea. So they literally crossed the line thanks to a wonderful penalty shootout win over them. And you got to thank Rodri for that. The fans are excited. Why wouldn't they be? They deserve to cheer after their wonderful FA Cup glory. Looks like City might have an opportunity to win the domestic treble. That is if they win the Premier League. But yeah, City have already won the Carabao Cup, and FA Cup will be in City's hand yet again. After losing in 2 FA Cup finals, surely they couldn't lose 3 in a row. And with that, City are your FA Cup champions for the 25-26 season. Ruben Dias is the player to lift the trophy. It was a memorable night for them to remember. So they need to soak it all in. Soak the atmosphere in. Soak the ambience in. Because this is a perfect night for them to witness. Relishing this moment. And proving to them that they are worthy to be champions, worthy to go for the domestic treble. But yeah, looks like City have won the domestic double, mostly the 2 domestic cups, winning the Carabao Cup against Arsenal, and now winning the FA Cup against Chelsea. Will City actually win comfortably in real life, or will there still be a fight like this one? Will it be close like this one? But other than that, congratulations to City, as they are your FA Cup champions. Alright, so let's take a look at the highlights if they do have it. Let's take a look. There are actually 2 chances, by the way, at the second period of extra time. It was an amazing effort here from, I believe that was from Nicholas Jackson. Yeah, I think it was from Nicholas Jackson. He tried to finish the game here, but Edison made a crucial save. He literally made a save like that to keep City in the game. And then Levi Colwill had the opportunity to win the game for Chelsea. It was a wonderful cross here from Estevao, but Levi Colwill's header was just too long, too high. But yeah, these are your second period of extra time highlights. And as you can see, let's take a look at the match facts. Of course, Chelsea had 10 shots, 4 shots a target to City's 11 shots, 8 shots a target. And your man of the match for this game is going to be Cole Palmer. Well, for Chelsea, it is Cole Palmer. But for City, it is Phil Foden. He had his best performance in the FA Cup final. It's not Doku, it's not Cherki, it is Foden. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll be back for our next game. Goodbye.
Hello guys, we're back, and just as we witnessed, that game, City versus Chelsea in the FA Cup final, went down to the wire. It went all the way to penalties. But City actually somehow managed to prevail through, beating them 3-2 on penalties. And who else but Rodri scoring the match-winning penalty goal to cement themselves to win their second trophy for the season. And yeah, I mean, City, they're actually going for the domestic treble, given the fact that if Arsenal can bottle the league, this could actually happen. City could actually go for the domestic treble. But Chelsea did actually give a good fight. They had chances to actually finish the game from there, mostly from Levi Colwill. He had the opportunity to win the game, but his header was just off target. That he could have literally saved Chelsea, man. But it is what it is. Chelsea will be going trophyless as per FC26. And of course, Manchester City will be getting 2 domestic trophies for the season. And I have a feeling that, like I said earlier, they can go for the domestic treble. So we just don't know to see how it can possibly happen. But anyway, guys, while I was making the commentary, I might have coughed in between. I'm really sorry about that. I've actually had some sort of like a cough problem, like dry coughs or so, but I managed to, thug it out. So anything can happen. I can still tug out my dry coughs, try to battle with those coughs and, make some banger commentaries on the matches, especially FC ones. But yeah, anyway, guys, City will be winning the FA Cup as FC26 predicts. But let's see who will win in real life. Will it be City or Chelsea? Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. This is Brisbane 05 Blaster here, signing off.